beautiful friendship and love what you do for the sentiment. I wanted to make a thank you card. I have a friend who is needing some thank you cards, so I wanted to design something for her as a possibility of something she could use. And so the beautiful friendship is what I want to do with the flowers. So let me set those aside and get started. I'm going to take you from start to finish on how I make this card, including the paper trimming, because I realized that some people might not be all that familiar with paper trimming. And I need another piece of paper. So when I make cards, I generally like to start by making 2 card bases at the same time. So I lift up the side of the trimmer, the guard, and put my paper at 4 1/4. That is half of the width of the card stock. So I will use the scorer to score at 4 1/4, and then turn my paper around. And because this is 11 inches long, I put it at the 5 1/2, so that's half. And this time I will use my cut blade. And so now I have 2 card bases that I can use. And this is Night of Navy, in case I didn't mention. So I also want to cut a piece of crumb cake. And I want that to be just 1/4 inch smaller, so at 5 1/4, the wrong way, and 4 inches width. So that's going to layer up like that. And then I'm going to use another piece of Night of Navy. I think I have some in here. Yeah, another piece of Night of Navy to layer up with my Whisper White base. So that piece is going to be, let's see, I'm going to go with 3 1/2 and 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut that at 4 7/8 and 3 5/8. And then my Whisper White piece needs to be 3 1/2. This one might already be ready. 3 1/2. Nope, nope, not quite. So I'll trim that up a little. 3 1/2. Well, I guess it is ready. And 4 3/4. So yeah, that's ready. So now I have all of my paper pieces ready to go for the card. Get some things out of the way here so I don't get myself all confused. Let's see, is this the base? Yep. Okay, so this is going to layer up like that. And I'm going to get all the rest of this out of the way, except for the envelope, which I definitely want to stamp as I go as well. So the colors that I'm going to be using tonight are Rail Red, Old Olive, and Blueberry Bushel. I probably should have used Night of Navy since I'm using Night of Navy paper, but my sample came out really pretty, so I'm just going to go with it. Or switched to Blueberry Bushel paper. So to get started, I'm actually going to do some heat embossing first. I wanted to emboss my greeting. So I'm taking my piece of Whisper White paper and rubbing the embossing buddy over it. That is to help reduce static cling. And I'm going to open my gold embossing powder, get my Versamark ready, and my greeting is already on my stamp pad. And I want this right up here. So I'm using my foam pad paper piercer underneath my photopolymer stamps. that looks good. I've got powder everywhere, so I'm not gonna put that away, but I am gonna cover that up just in case something crazy happens. I'm also gonna set that stamp over here and get my Versamark out of the way before I heat this. So I like to make sure that my heat gun is nice and hot before I take it to my card, and then I tilt it, kind of keep moving. As soon as I see it melting, I want to get the heat off of there. And make sure I got everything. There was a little bit of the U that wasn't quite done. So I'm done with my heat embossing now, and I am ready to stamp. So I'm going to start with the large flower image from Beautiful Friendship and ink up my real red. And this is going to go like that. I'm not pressing real hard, but I do want to make sure that the image has a moment for the ink to sink in the paper. There, that's very pretty. Okay. And now I'm going to do these little flowers, like little buds. And those are going to be here. And another one over here. These stamps are called distinctive, and they have that shading all built into the stamp. I think I'm done with the red. Okay, so onto the blue, the blueberry bushel. So I'll be stamping my flower centers, the stamen of the flowers, right there. And then the smaller one for the smaller flower over here. Isn't that beautiful? And then the same sprigs in blueberry bushel right up here. If you are loving this stamp set, please let me know. Let's get it ordered for you because it makes the most beautiful projects. And right there, it has birthdays are the best days greeting, and I love our beautiful friendship. So very happy to know you. Let's see, I also want one over here. And one in between, like I did on the other. I'm starting to get a lot of ink around there, and it just got on my project right there. Did I get another one right there? I did. I will have to cover that up with something. Be creative. Okay, I'm toying with the idea of doing one down here, but I don't think I will. I think I'm done with the blueberry bushel and ready to move on to my old olive leaves. So I'm using the trio of leaves. And I'll be stamping and then stamping off. And up here, I'm going to do a full stamp off so I don't get that weird mark again. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this stamp set. It's actually really easy to make beautiful projects with these stamps. Okay, so I just want to make sure that that's dry before I start putting my fingers all over it. As you can see, when I was working on my sample, kind of got everywhere. So, let me get this out of the way. I will start by gluing this onto my layer of Night of Navy, and I'm going to use Snail today. Anybody do anything for World Card Making Day? Okay, there we go. And now on this layer of crumb cake. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have closed up all my ink because I didn't do the inside of my card or my envelope. I also wanted to do an inside layer of crumb cake, so I'm going to need the trimmer out one more time. But the front is ready to go, so I'll go ahead and get that all layered up. What do you think? Pretty, huh? Okay, let's see if these little metallic pearls, these gold metallic pearls, will cover up that little blue spot. If not, I may have to add more sprigs. Ooh, I think it's gonna cover it up. Nice. I did plan on using the little metallic embellishments. And then I have that triangular shape around my greeting. Okay. Apparently I have never used the silver. Alrighty, so let's do the inside and the envelope. So I'm going to need another piece of crumb cake. I'm actually not going to do white for the inside. So the crumb cake needs to be 4 by 5 1/4. Hi, Jackson. I am doing a Facebook Live, yes. Take your thing off. Close your door. What for dinner? Right now, I don't know. Coming to check on dinner. And I have no idea what's for dinner. Why don't you guys tell me what is for dinner at your house? Alrighty, so I'm gonna get that large red flower out. And I'm gonna do a little corner here. And then I think that I will do, sorry for the loud noise, the little buds up here. Like that. And set that aside. Go ahead and do my envelope. I'm going to turn the paper over. Oh, that's pretty on that envelope. We have the nicest envelopes. So nice for stamping on. Okay, now for the blueberry bushel again. I'm gonna do those flower centers. The flower centers here. It's getting beautiful. And the blueberry bushel sprigs. was not a good stamp. Okay, so now I'm going to try and get it all right on top. I have no idea how close I'm going to get. Not too bad. And some, oops, let's see, do I want a sprig on here? I probably do. There. And over there. And now let's fill in with some old olive leaves. Wasn't quite opened right, so I made kind of a weird noise when I inked up. There we go. I think that's good. And then for the inside, go. Maybe a little bit up here at the top, like so. Okay, let's put this together on the inside, and then my thank you card is done. I'm gonna have to do another one of these in pink, and if I get that done soon, I will post a picture of it in, I like the layout, so I'm going to stick with the layout, and I think that I will try it in pink and see how that turns out, and I'll post a picture of it. So let me know what you think about this card and this stamp set, and let me know if you think you need to have it, because I am really, really enjoying it. All right, happy World Card Making Day. I'm glad I was able to spend a little bit of time with you. Bye for now.